Hey guys, my name is Loveless and we are back with Quirk Knife. So I did see the comment of one of you guys saying that you were excited for the next episode. Me too. So I started it the moment that I had a chance, but what made it prevented for a little bit was children. I live in an apartment complex that's surrounded by children. So it makes it a little bit hard to record if there's screaming children in the background. So I'm always like, children exist. Ill. Don't matter if I was a child before, but I was never really that noisy where I can hear you like so easily with the windows closed, doors closed, hear you through the wall. Like, what? But okay, enough of that. So I'll get straight into it. Izuku hasn't spoken all week. He just couldn't find the right words. It was like he was back with his father again. His tongue always felt wrong in his mouth, and his vocal cords being broken. The words sat on the tip of his tongue, but they wouldn't fall off. That changed when May and Hitoshi came crashing through the warehouse doors holding two separate letters. May screaming, "Get the fuck up!" Dobby nearly jumped up from his futon from being waken up so quickly. But Izuku never really fell asleep, instead looking up from the newest hero analysis that he's been working on. May continued, "Not gonna lie, I already opened it with my mom and I got in. I got fucking top score for the support program." Dobby snorted and held up a hand. May slammed her own against the palm. "Nice work, kid." Izuku gave two thumbs up, and his eyes wrinkled from the size of his smile, although he had no doubt May was going to get in. Hitoshi dropped to his knees. "Not gonna lie either. I found mines in the mailbox, threw up twice, and then came here. I don't know my results." Dobby rolled his eyes. "And you say Uzu and I are dramatic ones?" "What, you don't believe me? Ask May." The pink-haired girl nodded. "I can vouch for him. One of the two times was on the way here in a random dumpster." Izuku snickered and picked up the letter, running his fingers over the golden sticker of the envelope. Focused on his inner thoughts, Izuku hadn't even noticed that he'd begun talking. "I'm so proud of you, May. Toshi, you know I'm proud of you either way as well. So open it. No use to just sitting here all anxious." The atmosphere of the room had lightened at the sound of Izuku's voice after a week, and Hitoshi nodded and took the letter back, hands visibly trembling while he opened the envelope. A gray disc clattered to the ground and a projection shot up, the familiar pro-hero making Izuku frown deeply, as well as the rest of the group. "I am here on a projection," All Might announced loudly, the sheer volume of his voice causing the disc to vibrate. "Hitoshi Shinto, you did extremely well on the written exam, earning a score of 88%. That puts you on the top quarter of examinees. Well done. For the combat exam, you received a total of 17 combat points. Well fought, but unfortunately not enough." Hitoshi's shoulders quickly sagged, and Izuku decided he had just found another reason to dislike All Might. But then the hero continued speaking. "But that's not all. Turn your attention to this screen here, if you will." Everyone looked back up with wide eyes as a blond boy peered nervously around a doorframe, followed by a girl with pink skin and some dude with a mullet. "Excuse me? Mr. Mike, sir?" "Blondie?" Hitoshi mumbled in confusion. May shushed him violently. "What's up, little listeners?" President Mike crouched down, placing his hands on his knees to come face to face with the kids. You know that guy with the fluffy purple hair?" the blonde asked as the pink one added on to the description, "with super dark circles under his eyes and the weird scarf thing?" The shortest boy nodded. "Yeah, well, you see, dude, I would have freaking died if it wasn't for him." I'd be like a piece of gum on the bottom of the zero pointer's foot. And I heard him say he didn't have enough points. So do you think I can share some of mine with him? The taller boy nodded. Same. I was just impressed. No one else helped except for him. So I wanted to share some of my points too. He deserved it. Ditto, the girl added. The blonde one wrung his fingers together nervously and cleared his throat. It's just, even if he didn't get enough points, I think it'll be really stupid to ignore him. He acted like a real hero. He's the exact type of person UA should be looking for. President Mike was silent for a moment, a soft smile setting on his lips. Ah, that is very noble for both of you. Unfortunately, points can't be shared, but I don't think you guys need to worry, okay? The video stopped, and All Might slowly held out one hand towards the camera. Hitoshi Sensei, what kind of school would UA be if they overlooked true heroes like you? You risk not only your spot in UA for a stranger, but also your life. That is the type of students UA searches for. That's why there is a secret system in place, rescue points. Izuku watched tears well in Hitoshi's eyes, his jaw slack as the projection continued. Hitoshi Shinso, you have been rewarded 60 rescue points as given from the UA staff, bringing your total up to 77 points. That puts you in the spot number 1 along with another examinee. So here, welcome. Hitoshi covered his mouth and All Might flashed a blinding smile. Welcome to your hero academia. The projection shut off and Mei screamed. Izuku joined her not even a second later. Fuck yeah! Dabi pumped his fist in the air. Both of you, first fucking place. Holy fuck. Mei and Izuku tackled Hitoshi as the purple team burst in tears. Something he doesn't do often. We're going to UA! Mei hollered as Izuku laughed loudly, tears of his own soaking his face. You stupid kids, Dabi mumbled as he ruffled every color of hair he could find. Let's go somewhere, on me. Cat Cafe, Hitoshi shrieked and Mei laughed. Yeah, Cat Cafe, Cat Cafe. Get your fucking shoes on then, let's go. Ah, shit, Dabi swore as he dove out of the way of an arrow nearly passing through his skull. I could use a quirk analysis, Chaos. Izuku scrambled in repetitive circles. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. She's firing fucking steel arrows from every part of her body. What's there to analyze? The woman grunted in frustration, and Izuku smiled under his mask. But hey, every quirk has a limit, am I right? The speed of the arrows become weaker and slower. Dabi was now able to use his bat to deflect them and knock them away. Heads! Izuku shouted as he pulled his rods out, raising the electric charge and throwing one of them. Dabi's body hitting the ground as he dodged effortlessly, popping back up. The minute the rods connected with the villain's knee, the vault caused her to drop to the ground, giving Dabi enough time to scramble over and chop the back of her neck just like Izuku taught him. Her body finally going limp and the arrows ceasing. Izuku placed his hands on his lower back and cracking his joints several times with a satisfied sigh. Don't tell me you're already getting too old for this, Dabi teased as he restrained the woman, letting Izuku take care of scribbling down all the important information. No, Toshi's just been obsessed with training and is starting to catch up with me, Izuku grumbled back, smacking the red sticky note onto the villain's forehead. Kid's nervous for school, Dabi shrugged. And I can't blame him. He's in the hero course. All the other assholes will have strong and flashy quirks. He needs to be one step ahead with his other skills. Izuku rolled his eyes. Dude, don't call all children assholes unless they're giving you a reason to. Well, they given me a reason. And what reason would that be? They're not lavender or bubblegum, which means I automatically think they suck. Izuku dramatically placed his hands over his heart and raised a foot. Aw, you love us. You really do. No, I most fucking definitely do not. But everyone else is assholes. You three are just a bunch of asses. Difference. Right. Izuku nodded slowly. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Izuku climbed up the ladder of a nearby building, sending Tsukachi the location while Dabi followed. The two of them taking a seat on the edge of the building. Personally, I think you're pretty alright, the greenette mumbled, especially because you don't make fun of me for not, well, having a quirk. Dabi scoffed. Dude, I don't know who would have the balls to bully you, because shit, you don't mess around with those knives. Izuku chuckled nervously as he removed one of Mei's hair ties he had sitting on his wrist, pulling it off and tying his hair up. I wasn't always like the way I am now, I guess. I used to be quiet when people hit me. I would just sort of take it, you know? Yeah, I do know, Dabi sighed, and I hate that both of us know what that's like. I got bullied a lot, Izuku continued quickly, and I didn't have any friends for, like, my entire childhood, I guess. Well, I had one, sort of. I feel like the world really just left me behind, not really offering me anything to make a future of. I had my mom, but of course the universe thought that was too much for me, that I didn't deserve it. Dabi blinked in thought and looked down. Same. You didn't have any friends either? Dabi rolled his gray hair between his fingers, the faded black beginning to mingle with the white strands. Well, besides my siblings, I had one friend. Izuku waited for more information to be given, but he never received it. When I lashed out at you, it wasn't your fucking fault. It's just hard to hear about my family that isn't mine anymore. The family I failed. Izuku mulled the thoughts over in his mind, watching down below as the street over the villain that they've just taken down was being stuffed into a police car. I should have chosen my words more carefully too, I guess. I was trying to let you know that your youngest brother is still hanging in there. He'll still be around. Izuku spoke slowly and hesitatively, not wanting to set off Dabi again. Yeah, is all the man responded. As the police set off again, Dabi and Izuku hurried down and continued their patrol, the smaller vigilante talking the other through any new lessons he could teach. How did you manage to figure out Quirk so fast? Izuku crossed his arms. I don't know. Practice, I suppose. I've been doing it for so long. Dabi pushed out the bottom of his lip in thought. So, oi, where are you running off to? Izuku padded over to a shiny object on the ground and stared at it. Whoa, look at this. Dabi sulked over like a child and crouched down. What the fuck? Why did you call me over here to look at a knife? You have like a bag full of them. Izuku pushed him with annoyance, and Dabi fell on his ass with a grunt while the kid continued. No, you don't get it. This is a really, really expensive knife. I don't even know where someone could find it these days at an affordable price. Its metal is a blend of tungsten. I don't even know what that means, but I'll pretend like I do. You're so fucking annoying, Izuku groaned as he carefully picked up the knife, turning it over in the moonlight. Hey! Someone shouted in a pouty voice. That's mine! I was looking for it! Izuku jumped up as adrenaline automatically began pumping through his veins, gripping onto the handle of the knife as he waved the blade threateningly. Dabi held his baseball bat up with a manic smile. Come out and play! What? I just want my knife back. Do you know how hard it was to get my hands on? Izuku nodded, still in slight awe. Yes, it's tungsten. You must have gotten it from a real top hero. It's the only ones that have spare money to spend on most considered a useless tool in the world of quirks. There was a squeal of excitement. Wow, you really know your stuff. I think that's super cute. The compliment threw Izuku off, as Dabi seemed outright confused. What? Are you here to slit our throats or not? Why would I do that? Izuku shrugged. I don't know. Some people are really passionate about this kind of stuff. No, I was just wandering around and then I realized my knife slipped out from my pocket. I had to retrace all my steps, so I'd appreciate it if you return what's mine. Izuku sagged with disappointment. Yeah, it's only right. Sorry for making you think I was going to steal it or something. I just thought it was abandoned. Do you have some sort of invisibility quirk? Ha! No, I'm up here, silly. Sure enough, Izuku looked up to see a girl hanging off the lamppost, hanging upside down with an amused smile. Hi there. She slid down the pole, landing with ease, her blonde hair blowing in knots as she skipped over, plucking the knife from Izuku's hands. Dabi cleared his throat and put his hands on his hips. Fucking hi. The girl's pink cheeks got even pinker as she laughed. Oh my god, it's you again. The fuck are you doing all the way out here at night? This isn't exactly a safe place. The girl smoothed out her skirt with a frown. Wait, you don't think I can handle myself? Dabi rolled his eyes. That's not it, you shit stain. You better not be out about fucking stabbing people. She licked one of her canines. Hey, I don't do that anymore. Besides, not like I've ever killed anyone. Izuku snorted. Same. The girl's yellow eyes caught the shine of all Izuku's knives and her jaw dropped. OMG, where did you get those pretty little things? Ah! Hands off. Izuku slapped her fingers away. I earned these fair and square. Dabi crouched down again, meaning he stole them from an underground hero company downtown in the city. Don't spill my secrets. The girl tapped her bottom lip in thought. Underground hero company. I didn't think of checking there. I've been focused on the bigger heroes. Good thinking. It was awkwardly silent for a moment. Then Izuku's eyes darted back down to the tungsten knife. Alright, now you spill. Where the fuck did you get that? I want one. I can totally get one for you. The girl jumped in excitement. But we've got to make a trade. What can you get me? I'll bring you to the underground company tomorrow, and I'll show you which storage unit holds the best stuff. The blonde bobbed her head eagerly. Awesome. Where should we meet? Tomorrow night? Izuku paused for a moment to locate a good area to meet. Cat Cafe in the city. You know the one I'm talking about. She licked her lips. Of course I do. There's only one that exists. Didn't know people still went to that place. Hey! Izuku placed a hand over his heart in dramatic fashion. Watch your mouth. You're so funny. She squealed, squishing her own cheeks. I'll be there at 4 a.m. Meet you then. Izuku hummed. Yeah, that should give us enough time to get there and be out before the sun's up. She grinned and showed off her shiny teeth. I can't wait. I'll need at least a week to get you a tungsten knife. But I always hold my end of the bargain. You can count on me. Izuku watched the girl flee with a skip in her step as Dabi sighed. And you just met Toga. Congratulations. What, did I unlock something? How did you meet her? The man ran a weak hand through his hair, pressing his lips together. Meh, the usual. She tried to stab me because she thought we were playing tag. Izuku didn't know how to feel about Toga, but she could be a lot worse. She hasn't tried to kill him yet, but he also doesn't trust her. The blonde seems unstable and all over the place. Although, to be fair, Izuku can't say he isn't any better. So, she sang as they left the storage facility. What's a little thing like you all alone out here at this time? Don't you know the wolves would eat you right up? Gosh, I know I would. Izuku cringed eternally, but keeping his face neutral. Wolves or not, I always make it clear that I'm the predator, everyone else is just prey. He paused for a moment and locked eyes with Toga. And that includes you. The girl's smile fell from her face, but it was quickly back. Izuku might have missed it if he blinked. She continued, "Oh, come on now. You wouldn't hurt a fly." "Eh?" Dobby squeaked. "Very questionable. Very. I've watched him bite a villain's nose a few nights ago. Took a chunk right off." "He was trying to choke me," Izuku defended himself, "so I'd do it again." Toga nodded with her constant pink cheeks. "Wow, so you guys are like vigilantes? That's totally hot." Dobby blinked. "I am an adult," and Izuku spoke at the same time. "Not my type." Toga completely ignored him and busied herself by adjusting her two messy twin buns. "How did you even get into that?" "My dad sucked. Mom died." "My dad's an asshole. Mom is away." Yellow eyes lit up. "Family problems. Me too, me too. Oh my gosh, what a coincidence." "Or most parents are just assholes," Izuku muttered. Dobby hummed in agreement. "My mom and dad kicked me out a few months ago because apparently they thought something was wrong with me, I guess. And the kids at school weren't very nice either. But that's okay. I don't really care. But apparently knives and weapons aren't allowed at school, so I was expelled. Whatever. Not like I wanted to go anyways." "Are you just gonna drop your entire traumatic experience on us the second day together?" Dobby groaned, causing Toga to giggle. "Trauma? What trauma? You're so silly." Toga held her newly stolen knives up to the moon, wanting to watch the light catch on the metallic blades. "Hey, how does the whole vigilante thing even work?" Izuku cocked an eyebrow and adjusted his mouthguard. "Why does it matter? Why do you care?" The blonde cut herself off by singing a few seconds, Izuku holding back a laugh. May does the same thing. "What if someone wanted to get into the whole vigilante thing?" she asked hesitatively. Dobby rolled his eyes. "You know it would involve not killing and stabbing people, right?" Toga put her fists on her hips and puffed out her chest. "Excuse me, sir, Mr. Dobby. I told you I never killed anyone. I've killed a bird, and that was once. I didn't know any better. I was a kid." Izuku's eyes went wide. "Well, how old were you?" "I don't know. 8, 9. Izuku clicked his tongue. I feel like you should have known by then." Toga's smile was gone again, and she stopped walking. "I get it. I'm a freak. You don't need to remind me." Izuku shot a glance over to Dobby as the two stopped walking as well, their facial expressions holding a conversation of their own. "Are you really interested in vigilantism?" Izuku asked quietly. "Because, let it be known, if you constantly harm people for your own entertainment, it won't be taken lightly." There was a whine from behind him. "I'll do my best. You can just keep me in check, right? Right?" "I might need some reminders, but I can learn." Izuku tugged on some of his curls that were tickling his nose and getting caught in his eyelashes. "I don't trust you yet, understood?" Toga was silent. "But that doesn't mean trust can't be built, I think." The girl squeaked and ran back over, bouncing on her toes with a massive smile. Yeah, just give me a chance. You two cuties." "Stop saying shit like that," Dobby deadpanned. "We'll be like a team." "Are there any other members? Is this like some sort of action vigilante squad?" Izuku mulled his options over for a moment, but decided to keep her a bit in the dark for now. "Information is something you have to earn. I'm very protective over my friends, so I want to take some precautions." And yeah, maybe Izuku trusted Dobby immediately, but that was different, okay? "That makes sense," Toga said. "And when I meet them, I'll be super protective too, so don't worry." She looked down at her old cracked phone and checked the time. "I should get going. Don't want the sun to come up while I'm still in all my weapons, knowing brats tend to ask stupid questions." Izuku snorted. "Agreed." He took Toga's phone and she let him, watching as he punched in his number, and Dobby did the same. "Don't blow up our phones, please." Toga looked like she was going to explode with excitement, and she took the phone back as if it was the most fragile thing in the world. Dabi ruffled Izuku's hair. Let's get going, Chaos. Izuku gave a quick nod of farewell and followed the taller man, Toga calling out behind them. Bye, Chaos. Bye, Dabi. Text me for our next rendezvous, okay? Got it. Izuku grunted back as the girl skipped off, humming to a tune like she was in her own little world. Dabi grinned and looked down. When we met, you didn't put any of these precautions in place. Shut up. Is it because Oh, you're special, alright? Izuku droned in a sarcastic tone. Especially fucking annoying. Oh my goodness, I'm finally to the end of this. Woo! Okay, so this one took me a little bit longer to do, but hopefully I can still get it posted in time. But I just love this. They're back to their buddy-buddy friendship. And as long as Dabi doesn't screw this up again, he's working on not screwing it up, so that's good. Like, progress. Gotta start somewhere. So, if you want to see more of this, you know what to do.